I'm in ENINGEN, Germany, and in 2 weeks exactly, ENINGEN Charity Open is gonna be here. And I somehow qualified and I'm so excited to go here. The caddy book is online, so I'm trying to look here, where will the pins be? I have the map and I'm going to try and practice as best as I can, and you are on for the ride. Let's go. The first tee pad is going to be right up here, and then normally the basket is just behind those trees there. And it's not even the long basket this time, it's 157 meter par 4 into the woods back there. I'm honestly happy with par here, but I think that since there's no OB, I will just try and go as far as I can, try and flex my cloud breaker a little bit, and then if I fall down towards the left, it's okay. I have the backhand approach, and if I overturn it, it's also okay because I have the forehand approach. Let's see where this gets me. That went quite far, about 120 meters I would say, but it went to the left. So I'll try one more and try and give it some more Anheuser. That was a bit high, but it landed at the long basket and I will have a quite easy approach from there, I think. And I'm gonna test a forehand as well to see how much shorter that leaves me. Normally my forehand is quite a bit shorter. Yeah, that's quite a lot shorter. Even though I'm too far left, I have all the distance I need, so I'll just need to hyzer something into that street. That should be in the circle for birdie, which is quite nice since the first throw wasn't how I wished it to be. And if I get it turned a little bit more, just like that cloud breaker, it's just a simple flick to get up and down. But to go all the way through there and then to the right to the basket. So I'm thinking a neutral. This is my Electron Vault, it's slightly flippy, just to keep that straight flight all the way. I'm gonna try with the flippy fairway, so this is an Essence. That's much better. I'm gonna practice that a little bit more, and I think that's gonna be my play. Just for fun, I'm gonna try a forehand. For me, 100 meters on a forehand is full power, so I don't think it's the smartest play, but I'll try. That actually felt quite simple. I think I'm a bit short, but let's have a look. Maybe I have to try a forehand because that's really good. I would have a putt. This is just your classic hole. It's about 80 meters and it's straight with the woods on each side. But for the tournament, you have to imagine there's going to be a field goal there. We have to go through a triple mandatory. Just look at this. That's how it's going to look on the tournament. I think it's gonna have to be an Envy or an MD3, just straight and low and just don't make it any harder than it actually is. 4 starts here and it goes all the way to the back. You can barely see the basket just around there. And I want to go above. If I want to get all the way there, I have to flex something. I think the safest play is even left of this one. But the tournament play is just a simple forehand. Let me first show you the aggressive play, which I should not go for in the tournament. It's so hard to be close to the basket, I'm gonna have to need an approach anyways. So the safe play is to go with the matrix, just a stable mid-range, and just a simple forehand into the green, which will leave me with a standard approach and putt for the par. My mid-range is here, my aggressive top play is there, and I've done a few throws off camera. This is the best one I've got so far, and it's still not a chance on the putt. So I think I'll go with the safe play and just do a simple approach. For this next hole, we're throwing from the road here and we're going next to that pine tree back there, over that basket, and we have to go through this hole that you can see here. There, and it's just always a vault if I'm in doubt. I pulled it a bit to the left, a bit of an early release, but it will still be a par. Let's try one more. Go, 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 go. That'll be a long birdie putt. I like the line, but the disc has to go a little bit more. Hole 6 is going to be a short par 4, and I'm showing you from this angle first. It's going to be from back there, where the basket just was, around the corner over to this house here. So let's see if I can get a little bit touchy and just keep myself in the fairway for a chance at the birdie. That's a bit inside, I think. The basket will be down there, so this is just a matter of pitching out and then going up and down. I have to remember this is uphill, so I have to do a little bit more power than I think. This is the hardest shot in disc golf. Just swallow your pride, pitch out. And now you just go up and down for par. That should be a putt. This hole, I think I have a smart idea, because it was suggested you go around on the big fairway up to the basket you see there, but on the tournament it's going to be even more, 17 more meters to the left. So I think a turnover forehand through this sneaky little gap is actually a good idea. Unless I do that. That's more like it. I think just have to go a bit more flippy and kind of get lucky. The basket will be back there, so I think this is a good idea actually. This is the only chance for me to be able to have a birdie putt, and even if I miss the line and hit the trees like I showed you, I might be able to get up and down for par. I don't think it's too risky, and I think it's the only shot I got to maybe try for a birdie. The basket is through this tiny gap back there, and usually it's quite easy because we start up there, but now it's much further. So the question is, should I go straight through and hope I hit the gap, or should I just try and bomb it around with a PD2, use all my power and hope I get there? I'll go for the power option first and then see. That was not a good throw, and I think the wind plays much more of a role than, so I'm trying to go straight now. It got flipped a bit by the headwind, but I think it's okay. Can you believe it? This is what we normally deal with. It's a completely different hole, just a small and a putt. But way back there, it's a different ball game. I won't be able to aim at this little gap from back there, so I'll just have to hope that it gets somewhere through. And if it doesn't, I'll still have some chance at, you know, finding my way to the basket for a par. This is the look that I'm left with for par on my straight throws. I think I'll go with that one. This is not a bad chance at par for being, you know, a missed shot. This hole is two holes combined, so I'll try and get down to the tee pad down there and then just do a normal throw over there. It's a par 4, so I don't need to do anything spectacular here, just a placement shot. That's on the tee pad of the next hole, so that's pretty much perfect. I'm going to try now with a more overstable disc to see if I can push a bit to the left and have a shorter approach. So just to plan, it landed on the tee pad and then get a big skip, which makes the next one a bit shorter. Maybe that helps. Mid-range didn't quite make the corner, and over there my driver went quite a bit further, so I think I'm going to go with the fairway driver or driver here, just to make sure I get around the corner. Another par 4, and normally it is this basket right up here, but this time we're going to go further, 154 meters uphill into that left gap there. So I think I'm just going to go straight with something overstable, so I don't risk going into the hazard, so that I will fall down to the left and be left in the opening or slightly behind. I don't really care about the distance, it's more about placement here. So I'm going Firebird just to make sure I'll finish to the left. That was way too low, so I'm going to try another Firebird and see if I can put it a little bit higher. Perfect, that's what I want to go for. And this way I'll be able to get up and down to the basket quite easily. And hole 11 is a straight tunnel shot, which is kind of risky for, well, maybe a birdie if I'm lucky, or I can go with a power shot outside and definitely not get a birdie, but be safe for the par. This was my approach for the tunnel shot, and this was my approach for the hyzer. This next one is 135 meters down the road, so time to get out the driver. Here I'm working with 104 meters uphill shot, slightly to the right. So I think I'll flex the Cloudbreaker. This one gets a lot of work today. That was too high, so I'm going to try again. It was kind of the right flight, but too far left. That's a beautiful basket position if you ask me. This hole is 147 meters and it has a mando there with the bushes and another mando in the back with the trees. And the only way to get there for me is just to put a disc really driven, let it drift and then push back. Oh, where are you going? No, that's way overturned. It's downhill and headwind, so that turned too much, but it stopped before the mando tree, so I might be able to get up and down for a bogey, I think. Before I'm throwing, I just want to throw it. That's not the basket. The one in the back is the correct basket. So now throw. Can you do it? Oh, okay. Almost saved the 3. The basket is back there, and this is hole 15. No, I'm just kidding. This is hole 15. Once again, the tee pad has been moved 15 meters back, making this gap actually kind of annoying now with a low ceiling. And the name of the game will be put the driver through the gap, quite low and pushed. But I think I'll power down to 90% and make sure I just get safe through the opening gap. Wow, that's beautiful. I had a little bit too much ice on there, but it pushed nicely and I had the distance. So now I'll be left on the left side. Hopefully I have a look for birdie. In this situation, I just think to myself, getting a birdie putt at all is just everything I can wish for. The rest is just statistics. So now we're at hole 16. It's all the way around there, over 220 meters. And I think the only stupid thing I can do here is to be inside the bushes. What did I say would be the stupid thing? Honestly, it's painful enough to throw a bad shot, but I have to go in there and get it. That's twice the pain. Maybe I should get a disc retriever for stuff like this. At least this far. I'm trying one more Cloudbreaker on a bit of hyzer, let it flip up. The basket's gonna be at the end of the trees there, so this one would actually be fine. So I think I'm just gonna go with slight hyzer on the Cloudbreaker. The thing about this hole is somehow I think you have to go straight and then left. And that makes me go left directly because I'm thinking about that all the time. So I have to break it up and just go straight and then another direction straight. So let's try, see if I can get up and down with the same disc from here. That is right about where I expect the basket to be, so that would work. Even my overturned Cloudbreaker is quite far down, so I have a look at there. It's super far up there. I probably won't be able to get a birdie. I'll have to think a little bit about this, but I think in tournament play I'd rather be further off the forest than risking being in the forest. So I might just take the long way around and make sure that I can get there for a par at least. Thanks for sticking around. The video is getting quite long, so it's 144 meters just down the gap there between the mando and making sure that I don't go out to the left onto the parking spot. That's OB. So I'll try and get a driver as far as I can, because then I have a much simpler approach. Maybe it's a good strategy, maybe not. Let's find out. That's super smooth. It was never in any danger of going out of bounds, and I think that's a very safe play. I didn't get there at all, but I think I'll have about 25 to 30 meters left, and that would be just a simple little approach and a putt for a birdie. That's amazing. Barely. Making the birdie here look easy. Wow. Hole 18 is another distance challenge. Again, the Cloudbreaker, almost the only disc I used on the last few holes. And it's all the way up there, 200 meters and 11 meters up. So This is gonna be two quite far shots, and if they go perfect I might get a birdie, but more than likely I'm picking up a par here, which is also fine. That one kind of skipped off in the woods, so maybe not do that. Here you can see a frustrated disc golfer who just said he will get the par easily, but he's skipped into the woods and has to make some solution. And I'm gonna give him the secret weapon, the 164 gram fish and time lapse. Maybe it can help him get some power without any run up. Let's see if it can work. Come on, do your thing. Let's see. No, 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 cut. Oh, that's the worst pitch shot ever. It's just like the old saying, every good round ends with a bogey. Thank you for watching my first ever long form video on YouTube. It's the first ever disc golf video that I'm trying to make in this format, so let me know if you have any tips for me. So in 2 weeks the tournament is going to take place. I'm gonna try and get a few more practice rounds in before then, and then I have a strategy that I will stick to during the tournament, so I have something to fall back to even under pressure. Press subscribe and I will put a video out once the tournament comes around. And until then, I hope you have a good time practicing some disc golf, and let me know if you have any tips or anything you want to see next. See you!